Welcome all to Movement Yoga. My name is Mark Cormier, working with Kathy Cormier this morning. She's back, yay. We're here in San Francisco, waiting for our atmospheric river. We got the boat ready to go, metaphorically speaking. Anyway, you ready to go, Kat?
I am.
You want to grab some water? Or?
I just had some. I think for 22 minutes I can make it.
22 minutes. It's short and sweet. Come on up.
Thank you. Just taking care of my wild mane here. Whoa! Oh my goodness. I think
You're on set. I can't. I seriously, you're going to have to deal with the eye thing.
Well, I won't be able to see.
We want to see your profile.
Well, I won't be able to see.
Yeah.
I need a tiny bit of adjustment. I should have checked.
I tried to do it, and it just is what it is.
All right, I'll stand back.
So you're a yoga model. All right. So let's get going. Let's bring hands on hips. Let's just march it from side to side. You're going a little bit further on those kicks, just waking up those hips. And then reducing the movement as we move back in towards center. And then grounded through 2 feet as we rock it from side to side. Now finding your center. Working with the articulation of our feet. And I'll invite you to lift up your heels. And then articulating the foot as you lay it back down, lifting up the toes. Take your time. It's all about control here. Starting to find that low belly connection, your center of balance, 3 fingers below the navel. And then the next time those heels are lifted, I'll invite you to hold those heels up. Could you lift those heels up higher? And higher. And higher. And then articulating the foot as you lay it on down. Now lifting up those toes and holding that. Could you lift those toes up higher? And higher. And higher. Now starting with the little toe, fanning the toes down. From here, making a choice, either keeping your feet just as they are, or challenging your balance as you narrow your stance. And you can change that throughout the practice. Releasing the hips, hands by our side. Awesome. Let's work with our neck a little bit as we look up. And down. A couple more times. Up. And down. Up. And down. And then lifting the chin tall through the crown. I'll ask you to do this with me. It's our posture check. Index fingers touch the ears. Thumbs touch the shoulders. Again, ears over shoulders. Ears over shoulder, hands touch the hips. Ears, shoulders over hips. We'll add on one more time. Ears, shoulders over hips, hands by our side as we stand tall. I'll ask you to go sideways, Kathy. Finding the front of the frame, can you see that? Right there. Awesome. Moving towards sun salutation A, we'll take it in 3 pieces. Feel free to keep those arms nice and wide when you bring them up and over the head, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, hands back by our side. 2 more times like this, observing the natural rhythm of the shoulders. As the arms elevate, the shoulders elevate. As the arms descend, the shoulders descend. Let's do one more time here. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, hands back by our side. You might want to grab that brick to support your back on the forward fold. We're going to add a forward fold and a back bend here, half sun salad. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. On the exhale, finding your forward fold. Take a breath to arc the back. You could raise that brick. You really want to feel that dipping back hard as you lift chin and tail. On the exhale, puffing back hard. Strong tuck of the tail, strong tuck of the chin. Inhaling, moving towards a neutral spine, leading with back hard, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. 2 more times like this. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Take a breath to arc the back. And then arching the spine, strong tuck of the chin. Inhaling, leading with back heart, hinging at the hips, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. One more half sun style here. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Take a breath to arc the back. And then arching the spine, strong tuck of the chin. And then riding the inhale back up. Exhaling, standing tall. Moving towards sun style A, we'll still take it in pieces. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. On the exhale, leading with the heart as you fold. Take a breath to arc the back. And now rounding the spine, strong tuck of the chin as you ground down through two hands and stepping one foot back and then the other as you find your down dog. So moving towards down dog. No push up on this one, just finding your down dog again. As we hold this down dog, I'm going to invite you to walk your dog as you bend one leg deeply and then the other. Grounding down through the opposite heel. Just checking in, finding that mind-body connection that's always there. How do you feel? Where do you feel it? However you choose to work. Long, smooth breaths in. Equally long, smooth breaths out. From this place of movement, moving back towards stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Deep, full breath. Tail end of a breath. I'll invite you to bend your knees ever so slightly as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you mindfully make your way front. And you can walk, you can step, you can jump, up to you. Take a breath to arc the back, really feeling that dip in back hard. On the exhale, really puffing back hard. Strong tuck of the chin, strong tuck of the chin. Inhaling, moving towards a neutral spine, arms out to the side, and then overhead. On the exhale, standing tall, hands by your side. Number 2, I'm going to cue a plank right off the bat, and we'll hold that, and then stretch it back to down dog. Inhaling, arms out to the side, and then overhead. On the exhale, finding your forward fold. Taking a breath to arc the back, hands can cap the knees as you lift chin and tail, strong, strong arc. On the exhale, strong, strong arch as you round. And grounding down through one hand and then the other as you find your plank pose. Holding the plank for 6 or so long, slow breaths. Feeling that connection between head, hips, and heels. Connecting with a line of strength running through the center of yourself. As we hold the shape, shoulders super, super, super engaged. Despite the effort of the action, an easeful quality to your breath. And that's one of the things that makes it yoga. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, navel to spine as you lift the hips high, finding your down dog, and holding for another 6 or so breaths. As we hold the shape, either holding it in stillness, seeing what comes up, or adding some swings, some sway, maybe walking that dog as you bend the legs, stirring it up. However you choose to work. Long, smooth breaths in. Equally long, smooth breaths out. How does it feel? Where do you feel it? If you chose to add movement, moving back towards stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Deep, full breath. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you step, or maybe jump it to the front of your mat. Take a breath to arc when you arrive. Strong tuck of the chin, strong tuck of the tail as you round the spine on the exhale. Inhaling, finding your neutral spine, arms out to the side and then overhead. On the exhale, standing tall. We're going to pick up the pace a lot. With Sun Sal B, we'll throw in 3 push-ups. I'll cue each push-up very specifically. So let's take it a little bit slow. Inhaling into tall spine. Exhaling, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower, finding more strength in your legs. On the inhale, rising and up, finding a big back bend at the top. Open heart, open throat. On the exhale, a big swan dive over, leading with your heart. Take a breath to arc the back when you arrive. On the exhale, arching the spine, strong tuck of the chin, setting up a push-up using your knees as you step 1 foot back and then the other. Take an inhale at the top. Now dropping the knees as you find a push-up. Elbows shave the ribs, yoga style. Coming all the way down, landing those hips, pulling back with the hands as you find your cobra pose. Hips stay down. Hips stay down. So not so much. Just a little bit here. Yeah. There you go. From the cobra, coming back down as you ground down through the chin. Now tucking the toes, finding that rocking horse push-up as you push hard into the hands, keeping the knees down. And then from the rocking horse push-up, lifting hips high as you find your down dog. It's happening quick here. Flow style, feet together. Right leg high for the 3-legged dog. Looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. And then floating the foot through as you land it lightly. Spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead warrior 1. And then on your next exhale, finding low lunge as you ground down through 2 hands, spinning that back heel up. And now we're going to find another push-up, not using the knees. So coming all the way down, yoga style. Now using the knees to pull into your up dog as you lift those hips up. Yeah. And then rolling back over the toes. Feel free to keep using those knees as you find your down dog. It's still happening fast here. Feet together, left leg high, high on the right toes. Looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. And then flexing the foot as you float it on through, landing it lightly, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead warrior 1. Now riding that next exhale down to low lunge. And we're going to find the hard push-up here. Not using the knees, not using, and just rolling over the toes as you find your up dog. So exhaling down, no knees here, rolling over the toes, lots of core engagement, no hips, no knees. And then not using the knees, rolling over the toes as you lift those hips high, finding your down dog. Excellent. As we hold down dog, we did a lot there. Coming back to an even breath. And again, of course, feeling free to move that dog or not, up to you. However it feels best, to find that mind-body connection that's always there. How do you feel? Where do you feel it? Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly, looking between the hands as you lift the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then either stepping or taking that jump flight. Take a breath to arc. On the exhale, arching the spine. On the inhale, stay low, knees over toes, hands over head, chair pose. Exhaling, taking it lower. Inhale, rising on up, open heart, open throat. On the exhale, standing tall. I'll invite you to take a big ancillary breath. As you breathe in, the arms move out, the fingers widen. Exhaling, the hands move in, the fingers narrow. 2 more like that, breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now I'll invite you to bring hands to your forehead, a light touch of your thumb onto your third eye. I'll invite you to set an intention today and letting that intention be in your thoughts. Keeping that intention, I'll invite you to bring thumb to lips, letting that intention be in your words. And now bringing those thumbs to your heart, letting that intention be in your actions. Now lifting the chin tall through the crown, I'll invite you to roll your hands over as you bring your hands by your side. So let's get down to the floor for a quick floor sesh here, but let's do it with the sun sound. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead, finding your tall spine. Exhaling, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower. Inhale, rising on up, a big back bend at the top. On the exhale, a big swan dive over. Take a breath to arc the back. And then arching the spine, strong tuck of the chin as you ground down through the hands. And finding your push-up. Again, I'll invite you to use those knees for the push-up. So setting the top of the plank. Grounding the knees. Exhaling through your push-up, yoga style. Inhaling, keeping the hips down. There's just a little cobra here as we open up our back heart. Now using the knees, you're going to tuck the toes, finding a rocking horse push-up. Yeah. Now you want to come all the way down, so you're there. Now you're going to find your cobra. You're going to lower the heart back down. Toes are tucked. You use the knees for that rocking horse push-up, lifting back heart. And then lifting hips high as you find your down dog. It happens fast. Feet together, right leg high, high on the left toes. Now looking between the hands as you float that foot through. Finding your warrior one. Arms out to the side and then overhead.
Did you cue right or left? I'm sorry.
I always cue right first. It's all good.
Okay.
If you did left, then do the other side. And finding your low lunge, lifting back heel. Now finding the top of a push-up, not using your knees until the end. So you're going to come all the way down. You're going to ground the knees as you roll over the toes, lifting hips up for your up dog. You're going to come back down. Now you're going to use the knees again. As you lift the hips high, rolling over the toes, finding your down dog. There you go. From here it's happening fast. Left leg high, high on the right toes. Looking between the hands, floating that foot through, spinning the back heel down, finding your warrior one. From warrior one, finding your low lunge. And this is the hard push-up. We're not going to use the knees at all. So setting the top of the push-up, inhaling. Exhaling, lowering down. Not landing the knees, rolling over the toes, lots of core. You don't even want to land those hips. It's purely in the air here. We can work on this. And then not using the knees as you stretch it back to down dog. 6 long, slow breaths here. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. And again, yeah, feel free to hold it in stillness, feeling free to add some movement. Whatever feels right and good for you. Listening to your body, and most importantly, respecting what your body has to say. From down dog, I'll invite you to land the knees lightly. Finding a child's pose, sits bones back towards the heels. Finding the tips of 10 fingers. As you head, so arms are long here, tips of 10 fingers, arms are long, you're going to heavy the forehead through. And now let those arms relax. As you find your belly breath, and a rock from side to side. Stretching out those hips. Breathing into front belly, back belly, side belly. Using your breath to release and relax any tension in the center of yourself. Now, keeping hips and heels just as they are, so you want to bring everything back to center. I'll invite you to find a side bend as you walk your hands to one side, stretching far hip to far heel. Could you walk those hands a little bit further, finding just a little more stretch in that far hip? Now walking hands through center, finding your side bend on your second side. And after settling into the stretch for a breath or two, could you walk those hands a little bit further? So let's work long arms. Yeah, elbows a little less bent. There you go. Getting a little more stretch in that far hip. Now walking hands center. I'll invite you to walk your hands in as you find your thunderbolt. Knees about a palm's width apart as you sit on your hips. Palms flat on your thighs. Relax shoulders, finding your breath. Could you sit up a little straighter? Could you stretch longer through the crown of your head? Could you ground down a little more firmly through those sits bones onto the heels? From here, I'll invite you to find hands to heart, reaffirming your intention. Thank you, Kathy, for practicing with me.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you at home for practicing with us.
Thank you, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you, everybody.